She helped the wounded dragon. Now it guards her with its life. No one in the colony went near the old crater. The land was cracked, silent, and scorched by energy storms. The elders called it cursed. But Mira didn't believe in curses. She believed in facts, in plants, in soil. And the crater had rich soil. That's why she was there that evening, harvesting roots by moonlight. Her satchel was almost full when she heard the first groan. Whoa! Like rock shifting under pressure. He turned. Something massive lay half-buried under a collapsed ledge. Its pale blue scales shimmered with dried blood. One great wing was crushed beneath rubble. A long gash ran from its neck to its shoulder. And one golden eye stared at her. A dragon. Not just any dragon. A skyburner. One of the alien beasts humanity once fought in the war. She'd seen pictures of their kind scorching troop transports and tearing apart drones with a snap of their jaws. But this one, it was dying. Her heart thundered, instincts screaming to run. But she didn't move. It didn't attack. Didn't even lift its head. It was trying to breathe. Bleeding. Alone. Mira dropped her satchel and stepped closer. The dragon flinched when she touched it. "Easy," she whispered, trying to soothe it. "I won't hurt you." She cleared rubble from its wing, working until her arms burned. The wing was shattered. No way it could fly. She pulled herbs from her satchel, crushed them, and mixed them with water from her flask. The dragon's eye followed her every move as she spread the poultice across the gash. It rumbled again. Not a growl, something softer. Questioning. "You're lucky I'm stubborn," she muttered, binding the wound with torn fabric from her sleeves. The dragon closed its eye and didn't move again that night. She returned the next day. And the next. She brought water in jugs, warm cloths, and stronger healing mixtures. The dragon never made a move to stop her. Slowly, it accepted her presence. Its breathing steadied. The gash began to close. One day, she sat beside it under the stars. "Why were you flying so close to the colony?" she asked aloud. "Looking for something." It turned its head toward her. Their eyes met. In that moment she felt something odd. Flicker. Like a thought not hers brushing the edge of her mind. "Safety," a voice whispered faintly and then faded. She gasped. The dragon could speak. Not with words but with thought. And it had come here, for sanctuary. By the third week the dragon could stand. It limped. Couldn't fly. But it followed Mira back to the edge of the crater, towering above her like a shadow with wings. The colony guards spotted them before they reached the gate. Panic. Guns were raised. "No!" Mira ran forward, arms out. "He's not attacking. He's a dragon," one guard shouted. "He's injured. I helped him, he won't hurt us." The dragon stood behind her, still as stone. Then it did something no one expected. Knelt. Lowered its head to Mira's shoulder. Protected her with its wings. The soldiers didn't fire. Not that day. They called the dragon Bladeshade, for the silver stripes along its wings. The elders demanded he be removed. But Mira refused. "He's staying with me. He's a weapon. He's a life, and he owes no one anything." And so, reluctantly, they allowed her to keep him. She built a shelter outside the colony walls. Bladeshade made his nest there, never straying far from her side. When scavenger beasts prowled at night, he burned them to ash. When storm winds came, he huddled over her hut to shield it. Some began to respect him, others fear him. But Mira, she only saw the dragon she once found broken and bleeding, who now watched over her with fierce devotion. Trouble returned 2 months later. A pirate raiding crew landed without warning, hoping to scavenge supplies. They came in numbers: armored men, laser cutters, gas rounds. They tore through the outer fields before Mira even reached the gate. She saw smoke, heard screams, and then a roar split the sky. Bladeshade shot from the ridge like lightning. Wounded or not, he was still a dragon. He hit the raiders like a meteor, tail sweeping through vehicles, claws tearing through metal, fire lighting up the dark like a sunrise. They fired everything at him. He didn't stop. Mira reached the village square just in time to see him standing between the colony and the last wave of pirates, wings spread, blood running down his side, but still standing. One pirate raised a rocket launcher. Mira screamed, but Bladeshade was faster. He leapt, crushing the attacker, and landed hard, stumbling. Mira ran to him. He was breathing hard, burned, bleeding again. She pressed a hand to his jaw. "You didn't have to protect them. I protect you." The thought rang through her head, firm and bright. And she realized, he wasn't guarding the colony. He was guarding her. After the attack, the colony changed. They saw what Bladeshade had done. How he'd nearly died for them. How Mira had been right. The elders apologized. They built him a perch near the North Cliffs. Children came to leave food offerings. The colony offered Mira a seat on the council, which she politely declined. She preferred quiet, and Bladeshade preferred her company. Some nights, she'd sit by his side as the wind swept across the plains. "Why me?" she asked once. "You could have chosen anywhere." The answer came softly. "You healed not just wounds, but fear." She blinked, smiled, and rested her head against his warm scales. Years passed, and Mira grew older. Bladeshade did not. He stood by her side through storms, births, deaths, and seasons of change. He never left. And every time danger came near, he was there. Wings flared, body between Mira and the world. Some called him a guardian, legend, a living shield. But to Mira, he was simply the dragon who once needed help, and chose to give it back 1,000-fold. Because she had reached out, and he had never forgotten.